Welcome, guys. So, after a lot of theory and going through a whole lot of materials, I have decided to finally start practicalizing what I've learned. And I have decided to take in 50 broilers. So, to start to just, to feel how it's going to be like to raise chicks from dayhood till like probably like 3 weeks. So this is day zero, and as you can see, I have with the first thing I actually did is to make sure that the environment is disinfected. So I just bought a disinfectant and I make sure I disinfect the whole area. Then the next thing I made sure is that there is tarpaulin that covered the four angles of the room, and then I started to put sawdust. So what I did is that I made sure there is sawdust on the ground to actually increase the warmth that will be on the ground. Then the saw shavings will be on top of the sawdust, so that this can actually this is the best combination that me personally I do use. So because the sawdust will be on the lower ground, then the saw shavings will be on top of it. So the next thing I did was to disinfect the particular sawdust because it has been in store for a long time. So I just sprinkled the remaining disinfectant water onto the sawdust, not that much but just a little bit. So after waiting for the sawdust to dry after some hours, so I brought out this wrapper that I bought so that it can increase the warmth. That's the main thing you should bear in mind. These are day old chicks. You'll be acting like their mother and father. So you need to know that even when they bring out a little baby, which is a human being, when they bring them out, they have to put them in kind of a wrapper that will make them feel the warmth. So this is what I'm doing currently here. Even though you can still use like a sack, but for as a beginner, so this is what I can use to ensure that everything goes perfectly, because this wrapper, it will provide them the warmth that they need. And as you can see, I have a bulb right there that I can easily just change anytime I want. I can just remove the bulb and add the one that can heat up, the one that usually heats. And if it's just for lighting only, then I'm just going to put this particular one, which is just for lighting only. This is the only source of warmth that I have. And I do use I plan on using charcoal for creating heat for the day old chicks. So I had a little problem actually laying the wrapper. So I discovered that if I actually gum them together, use gum to gum them together, that will make a much more better wrapper than just trying to put this particular brick-like shape on wood everywhere. So what I did is that I just got a gum and I just glued them together to give me what I want. In case you are using newspaper or you're using anything, make sure maybe like if you're using a sack, make sure you tie them together with needle and make sure you sew them together. If you are using newspaper, you can glue them together, or maybe you just find something to put on them so that it will make it much more easier for you. Another thing, the very, very important thing, is that make sure that your brooding area is waterproof. Make sure it is waterproof, rodent proof, predator proof, everything. It must be proof from everything. So it mustn't have the brooding house must not be that close to the roofing must not be that close to the chicks, because when it gets hot sometimes you won't be able to reduce the heat. So it must stay far from them so that you can produce an artificial heat. So when there is a lot of heat, you need to provide enough ventilation for them, and also enough area that is spacious for them to be able to move around, and that will reduce the heat stress on them. So the next thing I try to do is to disinfect all of my drinkers, and if you have feeders, you make sure you disinfect every single thing. So I just pick, actually those feeders and drinkers, they are new, but I still have to disinfect it. I just mixed a little disinfectant into the water I'm going to use, and I just used to wash it. Then after that, after washing it, making sure it is very, very clean, then I just do what I just try, so that tomorrow when I'm ready to actually take in the chicks, I can just bring in this particular drinkers and just fill them up with water and place it at the right place before the chicks will actually arrive, because they will be stressed and they will need their anti-stress ready. All right, if you are wondering where you can get this disinfectant, just visit your vet shop. You'll get a disinfectant there. So make sure you wash them truly, and make sure it is very, very well disinfected to avoid any sort of diseases. So this is day one. The first thing I did was to place their drinkers filled up with water and anti-stress in their room, and this is how it looks like after I am done placing them inside. So if you want to see the chicks when they arrived at day one, so make sure you hit on that subscribe button, and also like this particular post, and also go into the comment section and type in day one if you want to see the chicks when they arrived and how I treat them and how I give them water, give them feed, and how I settle them in and how I inspect them. All the things you need to bear in mind before before they actually fully arrive. And also when they arrive, the first thing you need to do once you go to pick up your chicks, what you should check for, and how you should transport them to your farm. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.